Hi, this is Dr. Kurt Woeller for Autism Mastery course. This video is on environmental toxicity and autism as an overview information for this particular topic discussed within the Autism Mastery course. Now, the Centers for Disease Control has put out information with regards to toxic chemicals used in the environment for years. This particular document in 2017 is incredibly extensive, over 1,200 pages of information related to different chemicals used in our environment and many of the known health disorders associated with those exposures. And if we look at environmental chemicals, there's more information coming out now about the link between the environment and autism. Heavy metals have always been suspected for many, many years: aluminum, lead, mercury toxicity, but many of the chemicals used as well, organophosphates, phthalates, which are known to suppress hormone levels, glyphosate, which is a chemical used in herbicides, is now showing strong correlation to autism. So there's a lot of things to consider that this group of individuals can be exposed to. And there's a number of research out there already showing strong correlations. This particular chemical or group of chemicals called pyrethrins, used commonly in insecticides, also pet shampoo. In fact, there was one study that looked at moms who used commercial pet shampoos had increased rates of autism in their offspring. This particular study came out in 2007 looking at organophosphate exposure as a pesticide in communities, showing twice the rate of autism as well as pervasive developmental disorder, and organochlorines used in the environment, agricultural areas, this was in California, showing 7 times the rate of autism. So moms being exposed to pesticides during pregnancy are showing increased rates of children born with autism. And this was an interesting study as well. This came out in 1998, so the information goes way back, showing children exposed to pesticides, this was actually in Mexico, having more behavioral problems, aggressive behavior, more irritability, getting in trouble at school more. So it's not only just an autism thing, but it can be a behavioral problem, could be linked to ADHD issues, and some of the behavioral problems also seen in autism. One of the major concerns with regards to environmental toxins, though, is the organophosphate chemicals. And these are major metabolites. The DEP and the DMP are major metabolites of organophosphate pesticides used in a lot of agricultural areas. They're sprayed on golf courses, parks. These things can be sprayed in people's yards. One of the things that we can all do is help reduce the exposure is not using these products in our own yards, but also consuming more organic food, and that can also help reduce the levels for many children as well. These chemicals, fortunately, are also detoxed quite successfully through different types of detoxification programs that we'll be discussing in the Autism Mastery course, including sauna therapy. Now, one of the things about autism is many of these kids already have inherent problems in detoxification. This was a paper that came out in 2014 looking at certain genetic factors linked to autism where these individuals have poor detoxification capacity. So their glutathione levels tend to be less, but also the function of an enzyme called PON1, peroxidase 1, is deficient compared to other individuals. And why that's important is one of the areas discussed in the Autism Mastery course in detail is the methylation system. Well, it turns out, if you look right down here, PON1 is linked to the methylation cycle. And so if there is a dysfunction in PON1 and there's an exposure to organophosphates, that can compromise the methylation cycle. Okay, so chemical exposures affecting that enzyme, and if there's already an inherent weakness in that enzyme, that can just further compromise methylation, and methylation is very much of a problem in autism. It's linked to language issues, attention, focusing problems, environmental awareness, sociability, etc. These pesticides are also extremely toxic to the brain and nervous system. And one of the labs that we'll go through in depth in the Autism Mastery course is the Great Plains GPL Tox test that looks at many of these different common environmental toxins. One of the correlations that is made, that is seen quite commonly in autism too, is the presence of organophosphates and its potential impact on neurotransmitters. This particular test right here on top comes from the organic acids test, a major point of discussion in the Autism Mastery course. And you'll notice here that number 33 and number 34 are linked to dopamine and norepinephrine, two major neurotransmitters in the brain, important for attention and focusing. And in this particular person, the levels are quite low. And one of the possibilities for that is that organophosphates can actually interfere with these neurotransmitters. Because what these organophosphates do is they bind to an enzyme in the brain called acetylcholinesterase. And acetylcholinesterase is there to help regulate against too much acetylcholine in the brain and nervous system. And when acetylcholine is in an excess position, what can end up happening over time is a suppression of serotonin, norepinephrine, and dopamine. So it's very important to assess for these toxic chemicals, particularly these organophosphates. So the GPL tox test is discussed in detail in the Autism Mastery course, and it's not just the organophosphates. There's other compounds too, like the 2,4-D, which is linked to another type of chemical used as an herbicide. The certain plasticizers like the phthalates, which can suppress hormonal levels. So a host of other things as well. And all of these tests, from the organic acid test to the GPL tox profile, as well as the discussion on glyphosate, is material discussed in the Autism Mastery course to provide you as a health practitioner, or if you're a parent or caregiver of a loved one with autism, a deeper understanding about how these chemicals can negatively impact an individual with autism. So all of these tests, by the way, are combined in a panel from Great Plains called the EnviroTox panel. And then we'll get into discussions about detoxification. Sauna therapy can be incredibly helpful for certain individuals to reduce chemical toxins. We'll be discussing a detoxification approach, something called an ion cleanse, where there are positive and negative ion charges generated through the body that have an attractive ability against toxic chemicals as well as heavy metals, and protocols for this. And then we'll get into other information about natural detoxification as well. One of the interesting things about the ion cleanse is we know that the nervous system is all about communication and transporting chemical signals from one cell to the next to either get neurochemicals in balance or communicate back and forth between different brain regions with regards to communication. And one of the ways this happens is through something called voltage-gated ion channels. This helps to regulate sodium, potassium, calcium levels within the brain, and this has a regulatory effect as well against 4 different types of neurotransmitters: dopamine, serotonin, GABA, acetylcholine. And so if these voltage-gated ion channels are blocked or dysfunctional, that too can compromise function within the brain and nervous system. One of the studies that was done using the ion cleanse was in autism, and what they found was a marked reduction in what's called an ATEX score. An ATEX score is a way to rank the severity of the autistic condition and then repeat the ATEX scores over time when certain therapy is implemented. And so the lower the ATEX score, the less of severity in that individual's autism. Now, within the Autism Mastery course, there is a tremendous amount of material provided. So there is a multitude of support documents that we have. These documents, what we call brandable documents, many of them are documents that you as a healthcare practitioner can take, or you as a parent can take as well and use. But within clinical practice as a practitioner, you can take these documents, you can modify them, you can add content, take content away. They're templates basically as used as patient handouts. You can add your name to it, you can add your practice logo, use them however you want as support material. We also have different PDF documents. These are educational material, these can be articles, these can be information sheets for you to use in your practice that back up much of the information that the course provides. Also, the Autism Mastery course provides you with full color PDFs of each lecture presentation. We also provide each lecture presentation in a PDF form in what's called a note-taking format, so that you can print out those documents prior to listening either to the live lecture or the recorded lecture and take notes. We also provide a complimentary copy of my Methyl B12 for Autism ebook, which is a guidebook on the implementation of methyl B12, injection form, nasal spray, oral use of B12. And that book complements the 2 modules that are specifically designed for the discussion of methylation within the Autism Mastery course. There's ongoing access. So we have scheduled question and answer sessions that are within the Autism Mastery course. This is an opportunity for you to ask questions live to me. We also will do breakout lectures in those question and answer sessions as well, which include many times lab interpretation and different types of case reviews. And then all of the question and answer sessions, just like the live lectures, are recorded and available for later viewing. You also have access to me on a daily basis if you choose for ongoing question and answers through the website forum. This is also an opportunity for you to share and access to other attendees who are also posting questions to me as well. If you choose, there are course exams built into this course, and upon successful completion of those exams, you get a certificate of completion that you can use, in your practice or, hang on your wall. It's a nice certificate. And there are continuing education credits available for this course as well. So, why take this course if you're a healthcare practitioner? Well, one of the main reasons is to cut out years of training. I've been in practice over 20 years. I'm infusing that, over 2 decades of experience into this course to provide you in-depth information over just a few months. So count out years of training, countless hours of studying, and really the money that it takes to travel to conferences and try to figure out this information. Also, you can get immediate help for your questions through the attendee forum. So you can ask questions of me on a daily basis if you choose, right through your computer, whether that's at home or in your office. Also, it's important to learn how to quickly prioritize which lab test to do first and really how to set up a program moving forward. We talk a lot about troubleshooting, very common situations that come up in clinical practice when dealing with this population of individuals. And then all of the support material as well is ready-made and ready to use in your practice, so you're not having to create that material yourself. The other thing too is being able to expand your practice to a much needed group of individuals. There's just not enough trained healthcare practitioners that can make significant inroads into the complex problems that exist with individuals with autism. So your help is greatly needed, and to be able to provide hope and help and encouragement for parents who are really desperately seeking information is incredibly powerful, and you can really make profound changes in families' lives and people in your community to help improve the wellness of their children. Okay, and then also as a new revenue stream for you in practice too, and that's important to be able to keep revenue moving so that you can continue to provide for your own practice and well-being, so that you can continue to learn and help those in your environment, in your neighborhood and community. So this course is designed for healthcare practitioners. The material in the Autism Mastery course is designed for doctors. That doesn't mean that the information is not useful to parents or caregivers who may not be health professionals. This course is open to parents as well, because it's my goal to get this information out there into the world so that more kids can be helped. One of the reasons that this course is useful for parents as well is to eliminate the months and potentially years of frustration trying to figure out things on your own, and to become empowered through education so that you can implement things on your own or share that information with your healthcare practitioner, etc. You have the same access to me through the attendee forum, same access to me through the Q&A sessions that the healthcare practitioners have as well. And you as well will also learn how to prioritize which test to do first and what information is most relevant, how to set up different types of interventions that improves the potential and percentages of improvement for your child. You'll also learn how to troubleshoot common behavioral and biomedical challenges that are commonly seen in practice, and again, devise strategies to really improve the outcome for your child. So this course is taught by me. I'm Dr. Kurt Woeller. I've been in practice now for over 20 years. I'm an author. I do a lot of education. I speak throughout the United States as well as internationally on biomedical intervention for autism and integrative medicine. I've been doing lab advising for a number of different lab companies with regards to integrative medicine for a number of years, including BioHealth Laboratory. I do clinical consults and lecturing for Great Plains Laboratory as well. I'm the co-founder of Integrative Medicine Academy, which is an online academy training website that provides different courses for healthcare practitioners on different topics related to integrative medicine. So if you want more information on the Autism Mastery course, you can go to autismmasterycourse.com and read through the homepage of the website there, as well as watch a video off that homepage as well that goes into more details about the Autism Mastery course and new start dates for new live presentations. If you have any general questions about the course and other material discussions within the course, you can email to autismmastery@gmail.com. Thank you.